Welcome back to Long Island Viewpoint. I'm Ken Rosado. What was once considered science fiction is now happening in classrooms around the country. See, technology providers like a company called zSpace have more than 15,000 students learning in virtual reality environments. It's all about STEM education, and the students at Plainview Old Bethpage, also known as POB Central School District, know all about it. Please join me in welcoming Lisa Grippo, who's the sales director at zSpace, and from POB Central School District, Joyce Thornton Barry, who's the chairperson of Science, Research, and Technology, and Jordan Pecor, who's a physics teacher. Welcome. Well, thank you. Tell me all about this technology.
It's an amazing technology, and as you said, it's real-world virtual reality, and it is allowing for exploration in an immersive environment. Very difficult to explain, really something that you need to experience.
Okay, that's the end of our segment. Thank you very much for joining us. No, I mean, at what point did you decide that this would be good for the students, and how, how is it incorporated with the education, real education versus the virtual reality?
Well, we learned early on, and we worked with a few pilot school districts out in California where the company is based, in Sunnyvale, California, and building out the educational platform, and really found that once children were able to explore, science concepts in a virtual reality environment, they became engaged and the learning just accelerated. So it's just been an incredible platform. We've learned a lot over the past year. We continue to expand the offering, and Plainview Old Bethpage was one of the early adopters here in the New York area.
All right, so why don't you tell me, Joyce, about how it has been incorporated into the classroom and how students use it?
Sure. Plainview Old Bethpage started, our Board of Education pushed forward a STEAM initiative: science, tech, engineering, the arts, and mathematics.
Which I called STEM.
Right. Well, most people call it STEM. There are very few that have incorporated the arts piece, and we wanted to bring that full-rounded experience to our students. So last year we got an email, probably get a ton of them, and we looked at the video piece and couldn't understand how this could really happen, where you could see a virtual reality where the butterflies coming out of the screen, and they came in, showed it to us, and we looked at it and we said this would be pretty cool and pretty neat to share. So our first year in, we did a pilot where we wanted it in front of as many students as possible. So we've rotated the system through our grades 5 through 12. And the students have been using it, incorporating it with all of their science classes as well as with their technology.
Oh, wow.
So it's been pretty cool.
Well, speaking of science class, Jordan, you teach physics?
I do.
So how does it get incorporated in physics?
So I take my kids down there. My kids, I have both a first-year physics class and a second-year physics class. And when you take the kids down there and put them in front of that computer, motivation is not a problem. They just get so excited about the zSpace activities. I have the older kids making activities, and then the younger kids trying them. And then you see in the hallways the kids from the second-year class are talking with the kids from the first-year class about physics. I mean, it's crazy to see kids in the hallway talking about physics. So it really has made teaching so much easier, so much more exciting. It's been fantastic.
So let me try to understand. Whereas with physics, and it's all hypotheticals, right? Here, with this virtual reality, you kind of get to put the hypotheticals to the test. Is that what happens?
Sure.
With the computer?
We did an experiment the other day where students dropped objects on the Earth, and then they hit a button, and all of a sudden they were on Jupiter, and they're dropping objects on Jupiter. We tried to do that in the classroom. So the zSpace has really expanded the opportunities for these students. Some experiments might be too lengthy to set up, or too expensive, or too dangerous, and here you just flip a button and all of a sudden they're on another planet.
That is amazing. So, because it takes into effect, of course, the fact that Jupiter is gaseous, that it has a different gravity, et cetera, et cetera. That is truly amazing. I'd like to check that out myself. Lisa, is this right now only available for K-12?
We're focused in K-12 as well as we have a medical offering. We have a local college, Toro College in Manhattan, that also has a virtual cadaver lab set up. So students work in a virtual environment prior to working in the cadavers. So cadavers are very expensive.
And
so
very difficult to get. There are a lot of places on the planet where you can't get cadavers at all.
Yes.
So this could be a very amazing and practical solution. I mean, obviously, for med students, eventually you do want them all to get their hands on a cadaver, obviously. But in the meantime, what a wonderful way to practice for all your exams on a virtual cadaver, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The application is expanding in medical, and we continue to expand in K-12 too. And what Jordan said, I was just at a demo in a school in Manhattan here, and the student turned to me and said, if I had this every day, I would actually enjoy learning.
Oh, who
and
wouldn't?
so that's what we're all about. It's just getting children engaged and excited about learning again.
How many school districts is this in right now?
Nationally, we are in over 100. In this area, we have Plainville Bethpage was the first. Freeport Schools is also up and running, as well as South Huntington. Middle Country School District out east on Long Island is implementing, and we have about 10 to 12 other schools that are looking to implement next year.
And Joyce, if you were to talk to teachers, say, from other school districts in the tri-state area, what would you tell them about this?
It's a great way for the students to have a real-life virtual reality experience. We're actually going to be using it next week with our dissections. Instead of doing a real dissection, they're doing a virtual dissection. The students are going to be able to pull all the pieces. They can tag and label. When they pull the heart, they take a human heart out. They can manipulate it around.
You can't just get a real live human being?
Well, we could try, but it could be a little trouble. But it actually beats in their hand when they're using the pen.
My gosh.
So it's pretty interesting. You hear the whole room goes, oh, or listening to that aha moment is just awesome. And the teachers have this new life in them because it brings that next dimension into their teaching. So you have your classroom application, now you have your real-life application. And this is being used in industry, so we're really trying to prepare our kids for college and career readiness. So as they learn these new technologies, they can take it out into the work world in the future.
I would bet that there is no challenge for the teacher in keeping these kids' attention.
They fight for the room. It's hysterical. We have the schedule set up, and the kids consider it a celebrity. They walk past and like, oh my God, zSpace is here. When am I getting in? And the teachers book it out. It's really being used as a meaningful tool. It definitely doesn't replace the classroom, but it is a tool. It's an awesome tool. We're thrilled to have it.
Teachers must beg for the opportunity to get in the classroom.
It's been really great.
That is amazing. Jordan, when you first found out about it, did you need special training on the product?
Yes, zSpace came in, they did a full day of training, and the system's actually very intuitive. So after that full day of training, you feel like you're ready and you're empowered to get started on making lessons. And the truth is, once you give it to the students, they're able to show you things too. They pick up things right away.
Yeah, I guess students are pretty good. Younger people are pretty good with computers and such.
Yes.
Like 6 months old. What is it? 6 month olds with iPads. They figure it out. They master it, and then they show the adults at the age of 6 months.
Exactly.
But it is just amazing. Basically, the sky's the limit. The more you could basically program anything into this, right? A virtual anything. You could a virtual planet, a virtual spacecraft, a virtual name the subject.
Thousands of models, all different subjects. Some of our schools are also importing creations that students make in a 2D environment and into zSpace for them to examine in a 3D environment prior to doing like 3D printing, for instance. So the possibilities are really limitless.
This sounds like a slightly less advanced, or maybe not, version of the robotic surgery that doctors do in hospitals today. This almost sounds like the planning for that.
Exactly.
You know, they get the kids trained on this, and boom, they're all set for the Da Vinci robot in a surgical lab.
Yes.
I can't thank you enough. This is so exciting. I want to go back to school. Thank you all for being here, and the Plainville Bethpage School District should be very excited that they chose this. The kids should be very lucky that they have this. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
For information on all the organizations featured on Viewpoint, and if you missed a segment, would like to watch a show at your leisure, visit us at 7online.com/viewpoint. We'll be right back with a physical therapy program called Back in the Game that is helping kids recover after serious illnesses. Don't go away.